Let us look at the fourth rung of in the ladder of happiness. We call it service based happiness. We have seen the sensory happiness at the lowest most rung, followed by the emotional or mental happiness in the second rung. Then we saw the intellectual happiness in the third rung, where we talked about flow and having a higher ideal and purpose and getting absorbed in it. And even higher than that, surprisingly, is the service based happiness. It's not for anything that we see a lot of people spend a lot of time volunteering in gurudwaras, going and working there, or going to ashrams and working there with the orphanages or old age homes. Why do people do it? Obviously, there is an attraction to do that because that gives a feeling of happiness which just is at a very, very high level, which cannot be compared to the other three levels at all. And it's much, much more powerful and deeper than any of the other three that we saw. How does somebody actually tap into this is level of happiness? It's a, obviously the kind of attitude or the kind of feeling that a person has is going to be involved. That means the body mind intelligence complex is definitely going to be put at use here. But at what is the way to do it? Is developing a love for this entire humanity and an attitude of being a person who is going to serve the world. I mean, there is a lot of humility and modesty that is needed at this level to feel that you may be very rich, you may be having a very superior position in the society, but when it comes to acquiring this happiness, there is a very, very huge sense of humility and modesty that you could, tap into, which is deep within us, that you could just forget all the egoistic feeling that you have about your position, about your power, about your money, and you go down to the lowest layer level of, you know, uh, understanding yourself and say, okay, I can actually do anything. I want to serve the world. I want to do something for the benefit of the world or benefit of someone. And you just work with that emotion where you see yourself in everyone. So they say that when you have to experience this service-based happiness, there has to be an attitude of giving, an attitude of gifting something with a free mind, not with a position of superiority, saying that I have something and I'm giving something to a have not. No, it is coming down to that level of that have not and having a feeling of relationship with that person as one and trying to be a friend to that person. When you start helping that person as if that person is you, it's a very different kind of an happiness that gets generated within our whole body, whole mind, whole, it just something that absorbs you completely. It helps you understand that this whole universe is a single place and we are all one here. Whether you look at the objects, whether you look at the animals, you look at the human beings, you will not see a difference. You will see everybody as one and you will see yourself in them. And that's where the real compassion and kindness rises within us. And this kind of a happiness is at the highest level or second highest level, I would say, where you can never get this kind of a happiness through any of the other 3 to 4 layers that we saw, whether it is sensory, mental, intellectual. They are not going to give you the happiness that this can give you, which is the reason why so many people are today trying to get into some kind of a role where they can spend their time volunteering, helping people, doing something for, in charity. All this happens only because this service based happiness is a very, very high level of happiness which lasts for a very long time and makes us feel very, very good about ourselves. So I think therefore, it definitely deserves to be at the fourth rung or the top rung, second last rung of the ladder from the bottom, and it's going. It's just there is one more rung left after this, which is the highest state of happiness, which we'll be seeing in the next session. So I hope we have understood what is the service based happiness that we are talking about. Thank you.